one.
You found a baby cucumber in there?
And a huge one.
Wow. Well, we got to harvest these. You ready to help out?
Yeah.
All right, let's do this. You want to put them in the tub while I harvest them? Or you want to pick them? You want to go ahead and pick this one? Let's go ahead and twist. You can twist it. That's how I like to do it. And then you can put it right in the tub that we have there. Good job.
And I know one of mine.
You do? All righty.
Another one.
So we harvested a couple of first fruits already, but this is going to be our first real harvest from these cucumber plants here. So exciting. I think we have more cucumbers planted here on this row. And it's almost 50 feet in length of cucumbers. So hopefully we get a good amount. You can see there's still a couple of small ones that aren't quite ready to be harvested yet. But we'll just reach in there and then we'll get what we can. There's another one that's not quite ready. Oh, you found another one?
Big one.
Whoa, this is a big one.
That one of mine I told.
It is? Yep.
Yeah.
Good job. All right, you gonna help too, Josiah?
Yeah.
All righty. And Lacie, if you want to just come right behind us as we're harvesting, you can just go ahead and start pruning the cucumber plants. Would be great.
I'm gonna prune these back really hard because it's crazy down through there. I'm not even gonna look to see what fruit is on the suckers. I'm just gonna cut them off and we'll just harvest them where they're at and we'll use them for something. Little babies.
See a lot of flowers in there for sure. And also a lot of different fruits, just not quite ready yet. But the flowers are everywhere. Check that out. You see some baby cucumbers in there, Micah?
I see one baby cucumber and I know where the mole is.
You do?
Follow me.
Wow, we definitely got some pruning to do here. Just got our work cut out for her. Oh, there is another one. See any more big ones that we need to be harvesting?
Found a big one.
You found another big one? Can you get in there and get it? There we go. Look at there. Found one? That was good. You can twist it off or cut it. Good job. Not seeing as many as I would like to see in here. I did found a nest of eggs. So definitely a chicken and some ducks have been laying eggs right in here. So we'll have to get those out. Oh, here's a cucumber.
Yeah, I can see it.
Right there. Can you go ahead and put it in our basket, buddy?
Yeah.
As we're going through here, I don't see a bunch of cucumbers that are ready right now. There's a bunch of baby ones on there. There's a bunch of flowers, and we're just getting a few cucumbers here and there, but it looks really promising for the next couple days and couple of weeks. So we're gonna have to definitely keep an eye on it, and thankfully Lacie's down there pruning to help us to be able to see the plants, see the fruit, and to be able to identify where they're at even easier with the hard pruning method that we're doing here. So let's see how she's doing down there. How's it coming down here?
It's coming along. Look at the difference between not being pruned.
You're butchering my plants.
That's okay, you can think that.
It does look like that whenever you're pruning something. It doesn't look pretty, but overall it makes it much more productive.
Well, and these have needed to be pruned for about a week, and so it's just gotten away from us. So that's why it looks so drastic. But you'll see in the end it'll work out.
And whenever you are pruning a plant, it helps the plant focus its energies on producing fruit and not producing foliage. I mean, foliage? How do you pronounce it?
Foliage.
Foliage. So the leaves, in other words. Instead of growing just a bunch of leaves, it helps it to focus on growing fruit. Hey Micah, where'd you go? It's hard to see you through the cucumbers and tomato plants. Are you hiding? He's gone. Where'd he go? I can't even see him. You see any more cucumbers?
No.
Oh, there you are. I see you. Alright, so as Lacey's pruning the different branches off, Josiah's going through and taking off the small ones from those pruned branches and making a little pile there. You guys are doing a great job working together. So we're gonna do something special with the small ones.
We're just gonna ferment them.
Hey, that's pretty neat.
Yeah.
Little tasty treats.
Little pickles.
There you go. And we also got a pile going on over here for the goats.
I know some of you are wondering, well, how do you prune a cucumber? And this is how you prune a cucumber. So you have different parts of the plant. You have the leaves right here. You have the tendrils. You have your fruit and your flowers. But then you have these pieces that come off right here. And they all come off of the main stem at like the same place. So you just want to cut this sucker off. This is a sucker. It'll have a new little start right there, and normally leaves. But if they're small, you can just pinch them off like this, and that'll help your plant, you know, send more energy to the fruit.
And another benefit of pruning is it helps with airflow to help the plant to be able to have a healthy environment to grow in, especially in areas that are high humidity or high moisture. Just having the ability for air to circulate around the plant will just help that plant to be healthier. And then when you actually do have leaves, they're greener, healthier leaves, opposed to some of the leaves like were right here down below where they were all bunched together and they didn't have good airflow.
Pick the big first.
Yeah, we'll hand it off to you to get the small ones off.
Okay. Go on, baby. Any more? No.
So what do you like to say, Josiah, when you get the suckers off?
So long, suckers.
Got another one there?
Yeah.
That one looks like you.
What?
He's a cute little guy. So, some of you may be saying, man, those cucumbers are huge, they're a little too big. Well, these are Marketmore cucumbers, which are known for growing larger sizes and still not getting that bitter flavor. So it's okay for these to be a little bit larger. And you know what? We have some even bigger cucumbers that are in the ones that Selah had planted earlier this year. We're gonna actually have to go harvest those next and show you how big those are.
Sounds good.
The little ones are good.
I don't think I've ever tasted a cucumber that small. May I try one? Thanks.
There's another egg.
That's pretty good. You found another egg over there?
Yeah.
I'm not supposed to find eggs in cucumbers.
Here you go.
You guys are doing a great job. Thanks for your help. So we also have tomato plants growing in here, as I mentioned earlier. They're not quite ready to be harvested yet, but you can see all the different flowers that are on there for these cherry tomatoes, and hopefully those will be ready soon.
A big one right here.
You found the big one right there? Yep. So on this side we have some of our Salatin tomatoes that we're growing here, our meat tomatoes, and then we have over here our cherry tomatoes in this row.
Yeah.
Also over here we have another variety of cucumbers, but they are not ready yet. There's a couple of them starting to have fruit. I don't see any of these that are close to ready quite yet, but I do see something else that's promising over here, and that's just more flowers. So that's good, because flowers means fruit. All right, so these are the eggs that were in there. So we'll put those away, because we don't know how old they are. They can't be too old. We're gonna check. And we also have all the cucumber branches that were pruned off. So we're gonna feed these to the goats. Oh, and there's our problem child. Not Sailor. I didn't mean you, Sailor. You're not the problem child. But right here, the one I was telling you about in the previous episode that we just keep having problems with. So Sailor's hanging on to her for right now as we're trying to figure it out, because she just gets out and goes wherever she wants to go, despite the electric fence being electrified. I'm gonna feed these cucumber branches to these ladies right here. You ready for some cucumber branches? Stay right in there. There we go. How'd I tell you? Gonna try them out? Not sure about that? No. I don't think they like them. What about our problem child? Does she like them?
She took a bite earlier.
You think you need to bite some? No? Guess they're not that popular. Alright, what about you, Hazel? What about you? You like these? Yeah, you can give it a shot. Like them? Like, I'll eat it. Try a bite of it. What you think about that? You guys are still like, oh, I don't know about this. Oh, she likes it. I think she likes it. The problem child likes them too a little bit. What do you think? Alright, go ahead and eat the rest of it then. We're putting them all where that came from. She's still not really eating any, but she's wearing one as a crown. And what are you doing? You want to go for a ride? Nope, guess not. Finally taking a bite. Woo! Finally done. And look at all of these branches that Lacie pruned off of the tomato plants. Whoa! We were pretty behind on there. I didn't get the harvest that I thought that we were going to get, but not quite yet, because there's still a lot of flowers on here still left for, and different cucumbers, smaller ones that should be ready really soon, that we can identify really clearly now. So pretty excited about that. So just gotta be a little bit patient and just wait for them to come now. So should have been on top of the pruning, so we didn't have so much to do. But it is what it is with so many different things to do around here. You just gotta do what you gotta do. And one of the things that I really like, there's so many things that I like about the system we have here now, with the cucumbers and the tomato plants and the high tunnel here and the drip tape that we recently added. So instead of having to water by hand, we can just use the drip tape, and it puts the water right, it waters the roots really well. And right now I'm watering every other day for like an hour, and it's making a huge difference on that. And with not watering the walkways, that also helps to suppress the weeds, so we don't have to fight so many different weed pressures as we're trying to harvest and work with our cucumbers and tomatoes and letting them grow. So super exciting. So, and look here, we got some tomatoes. They're coming along. Still need a little bit more time, but they're coming along. And earlier I mentioned that the ducks were laying eggs in here, and there was one random chicken egg in here. But one of the things that I've been noticing about the ducks is they're coming around here eating different things. They're not eating the fruit off of the cucumber plants or the tomato plants, but it seems like maybe they're eating bugs, so maybe they're helping with some kind of pest control. Now, I don't have a huge flock that I have running around in here. I do have a couple ducks that seem to be having some benefit to here, and looks like I'm going to keep them in here just to see how it goes. Just kind of working together with them. And another thing that we noticed, just right down at the end of the row, we were noticing some powdery mildew on the leaves. So as Lacie was pruning, that will definitely help airflow come through there, as I mentioned earlier, to help with preventing that kind of stuff as well. And it's getting a little steamy in here, so we're getting a sweat going. I don't know about you, but I'm sweating. Are you sweating a little bit?
Oh yeah, I'm sweating.
So now we have to move from here down to the greenhouse and check out Sailor's cucumbers. talk again. Like your pause button.
Play. Pause. Play. Pause. Play.
Oh, that's pretty funny, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So this past winter, we did some upgrades in this greenhouse here, which is right near our house. But we did the upgrades with the intention of trying to make it more productive, more efficient, and it's been working great until the temperature started heating up. So here recently, we installed drip tubing in here, and that's made a world of difference. It's helped things to be able to have the plants to have the water that they need, and it's really been making a difference with our tomato plants and our strawberries. Our strawberries in here started off strong, but once the heat came on, they started to dip and they were really struggling. But the drip tubing has really made a difference in their production of leaves, as well as flowers, and even strawberries. But in here, Selah also has some cucumbers growing as well. And what kind of cucumbers are you growing? Do you remember?
Yep, I am growing the China Jade cucumbers, which are supposed to be very long, and I am growing the Dragon's Egg cucumbers, which are little yellow ones, and they're very good.
And you just harvested some first fruits not too long ago, and you was like 2 or 3 of the China Jade, and they were like really big.
Yeah, 2 of them, they were like really big and long, and then I had 3 Dragon's Egg ones. Okay,
so we're gonna go through today, harvest what's here, and also prune and get these guys squared away on our tom hooks here, because they're getting a little crazy too.
Hey, check this one out, Daddy.
Yeah. Oh wow, that one's pretty long.
Even though it's not even ready yet.
That'll be a big one too. Let go of your friend. You can be with your friends. Don't hang on to them right now.
Hey, look, I got some dragon eggs.
As we're working here, Selah asked a really good question that I want her to ask again.
Why do people prune plants whenever they can just grow by themselves in the wild good?
That's a good question, and one that I used to ask myself until I realized that we, as human beings, were put here, and part of our role as caretakers is to prune and manage things. And this pruning process that we are doing is beneficial for the plants and for the environment around it, for all of it to be healthier, and for the plants to produce more, for us to consume and to share. Does that answer your question?
Yes, sir.
And that brings another lesson to mind, that it's not just we harvest and that's it. We just get what we want from the plants or whatever it is that we're doing. That there must be work involved throughout the process. There must be an effort. There must be an effort of giving, from the preparation of the ground to the start of the seed to the management and caring of the plants, including pruning and doing whatever else needs to be done. That there's work involved throughout the process. And then the harvest comes after that work is put in. So that's just something to think about. That's part of our role as caretakers, to put in the work and as managing and caring and being caretakers. That's what we must do. Even if it's hot out here, ladies. That looks like a hot face right there. Like, man, I don't want to do this. I have a hot face too, but mine's like, oh, I can do that. You have a hot face there, Mama?
Got a hot everything right now.
All right, so we can definitely see that this one's starting to bend. We need to get this one lifted up right away, because look at that fruit there. Putting it down. Are we yours? Life's not easy being green. Mike picks me because he's mean. I think I got a frog in my throat or something. So, starts to get heavy with that weight on there. Boy. Well, the rain has come in and it is definitely cooler outside than it was when we were harvesting those cucumbers. And something about the rain when we're living here in the yurt, something about it just sounds so peaceful. It's just like relaxing, almost therapeutic.
Well, now that we don't have Velcro windows, it's a lot calmer whenever it rains.
Yeah, don't have to run outside and cover windows up. Well, we're gonna go ahead and what are we doing with the cucumbers that we harvested here before?
We are going to ferment them. So it provides a lot of beneficial bacteria for your gut, and we want our food to be as nutrient dense as possible. So we're gonna start out by, we're gonna make our brine, and I'm doing that by, I'm using salt. We love our Redmond's real salt. So break open my pail here. And for a brine, normally you're gonna go for 1 to 3 tablespoons per quart of water. So this jar right here is over half a gallon, and I'm not gonna fill the whole thing up, but I do want to use, I think I'm gonna do about 5 tablespoons of salt. 3, 4, 5. And I'm gonna go ahead and pour some hot water. We're not gonna fill the whole thing up with hot water because I don't want to cook our vegetables. I don't want to cook the cucumbers. But I do want the salt to dissolve. And I'm gonna dissolve some of that, and I'll pour some cooler water in there in a minute. Okay.
Don't use me for your ferments.
What's that, Larry the cucumber or something going on there?
I'm Harry the cucumber.
Harry, is that his brother?
I'm crooked.
So since we have all these cucumbers at varying degrees of age, what I really want to do, not use the big ones this time. I want to use all the tiny little ones that we pulled off the vine. We're just going to clean them up a little bit. They don't have to wash them off super hard, but I think I want to pack as many of those small cucumbers into my half-gallon jar that I can. Just make sure like there's no dirt on them, and we'll just take the blossoms off the end.
You rinse them off before?
You can rinse them off, but you know, God made dirt, dirt don't hurt. No, I mean there is beneficial bacteria on your vegetables outside and what they get from the soil. So, you know, if you feel more comfortable washing them off, then please do, but it really doesn't bother me, and we're just gonna ferment them. So, I like to just pack them in.
You did that in like the middle of the process.
Put them in sideways, the jar sideways.
however you can get them in there. This is just easier to, because I wanted to get a bunch of these in here. I just want to pack them kind of as best I can. I am no expert at this. This is just what I do. Okay, I think that's the last one I'm gonna put on there. And so now I need to go add some water to this to finish up my brine to pour over top.
So earlier today with my lunch brunch, I was enjoying some cucumbers with some farm fresh eggs. So it's really neat to be able to enjoy the first cucumbers of the season. And Sayla's been munching on some too right over here. But Lacey's now got her water in there in her brine.
I'm just gonna mix it up really good. Make sure it's all dissolved. And I added cold water to this so it wouldn't be hot and cook my cucumbers. And then all you do is you pour it on. And you put it right there.
And one thing you need to do is you gotta make sure your brine is over your cucumbers or whatever you're fermenting.
And why is that? Oh, stumped you.
Because anything that's not under the brine will mold. So as long as you keep your brine above all of your vegetables that you're fermenting, then it will not mold.
And that's one of the things you want to keep in mind with whatever you're fermenting, whether it be food for you or whether you're fermenting feed for your chickens, which I've done before. You want to make sure that the liquid is all the way up and whatever you're fermenting stays down under that level for your liquid. And then, guys, this is just another way. If you're not able to eat the harvest, your produce right away, ferment them. It's going to provide you with beneficial bacteria, like Lacie was saying, and gives you the ability to kind of extend the freshness or when you can eat whatever it is that you've harvested.
And cucumbers are one of those vegetables that you don't have to have a weight to keep them underneath the brine, but some vegetables that you chop up, you will need a weight. And so this time I don't need my weight. I'm just gonna put my fermenting lid right on top, just like so. And then it has this cool little dial. You can pick whatever day it is. And then that's when you know that you started your ferment. I really like these lids because they make fermenting super easy, and I know it can be really scary, but you don't need these lids. You can do it yourself. You just have to keep a watch for any film that develops on top and kind of scoop that off and make sure everything stays under the brine. But these lids, they're not super expensive, and I've really enjoyed them. I just put them on, make sure everything's underneath the brine, put them on, and set it on our counter, and we're gonna wait at least 2 weeks before we open these up. And you know when your ferment starts working, because you're gonna see bubbles start coming up, and it has an airlock right here, so it releases all of those gases and doesn't let anything else back into your jar.
And guys, we'll leave a link in the show notes below for where you can get some lids like Lacie is using, as well as a link for Redmond salt with a little discount for you to receive as well. Well, that's it for now. We'll see you next time.